Alright, I'm actually willing to bet that this whole situation needs no introduction since it's been absolutely everywhere, but since I feel like there will be quite a few people who are completely clueless as to what is going on, I might as well give a quick introduction to get everyone up to speed. Now, this entire thing is mostly related to Call of Duty Zombies YouTube, so if you're not familiar with any of that, then you'll likely have no idea who any of these people who I'll be talking about today are. So let me give a quick overview here. Alright, so this entire situation mostly revolves around two major content creators. The first one goes by the name of MrTLexify, or otherwise simply known as Lex. And this guy is not the most popular out of the bunch, due to a bunch of people taking issue with his SS Sniper Wolf style reaction content, but he has since returned to a less leechy style of content, shall we say. But if you heard his name in the recent weeks, it was likely for a very different reason, which is the main catalyst that started this whole shit show. So Lex recently had some allegations thrown against him of basically abusing his ex-girlfriend, and this was done by said ex-girlfriend in order to smear Lex. And this forced Lex to then make a public response, where he debunked every allegation that was thrown against him with hard evidence of the contrary, and in turn, he also revealed that not only was he completely innocent in the situation, but that his ex-girlfriend was the one who was abusing him, both psychologically as well as physically. And on top of even all of that, he even revealed some more disturbing information about his ex-girlfriend, one of the most disgusting being the fact she cheated on him with a 17-year-old, just because she thought that he was also cheating on her, which I don't really think I need to comment on, as everyone should be able to see the obvious. So, on top of him beating the allegations like a drum, he also filed a police report against his ex-girlfriend, which only means that he could have shared even more but wasn't able to due to preparing a case. But now, with that context, we get to the part that I actually wanted to cover in this video, and that being a response from a channel by the name of TheSmithPlays. So basically, when the allegations first came out, this dude made a video where he claimed that it was a completely unbiased take on the situation, while listening to input from both sides. And while I would usually show you the clips, the thing is, when I last checked on the video, I encountered a bit of a problem. So yeah, the video is currently age restricted, which means that if I were to include it in mine, I would have gotten fucking flagged for that shit, so if you really want to see it, you're gonna have to find it by yourself, because I am not risking any part of my channel for this loser. So anyways, in the video, TheSmithPlays, otherwise known as Pat, claims how he denounces Lex as a human being because of the allegations. And you might say that maybe he just didn't know due to the video coming out before Lex's response, but that point is completely moot when you consider that he claimed to listen to both sides, which would imply reaching out to Lex and therefore finding out that the false allegations are false. But not only did he not do that, but Lex was the one who reached out to him, and Pat's response was just to leave him on red. Yeah, because of that, on top of a certain other statement he made, which I will get to later. And thankfully, since Lex's response is not flagged, I can actually show clips from that, but I do highly recommend watching Lex's entire video if you haven't already, since it really puts into perspective just how crazy this bitch really was.
However, I would like to state, Pat, that I did send you a message privately on your Twitter before you made this statement public, in which you saw, but you chose not to respond and hear my side of events, and Reagan's roommate's side of events. You not wanting to hear anything I had to say and painting my ex-girlfriend in a benevolent light when there's evidence of her clearly being a pedophile was a direct punch to my gut after calling you my best friend for many years.
And this is another thing I wanted to point out. Lex and Pat have been friends for 10 fucking years. And this is not some gay ass dogshit internet friendship either, no. They physically saw each other and interacted, sharing apartments, you name it. Yet despite that, Pat deliberately chose to ignore Lex's side of the story, despite being friends with him for 10 years. And he threw all that away for what? I mean, I'm sorry that you have to hear this from me, dude, but she's not gonna fuck you. And before we get into how Pat decided to respond to the truth about the situation, after Lex's response of course, I do wanna briefly go over one more thing, and that being about Pat's complete double standard as kindly provided by Lex's response. So let's go get it.
I don't want to hear about a lack of trust where nothing bad happened when you did not listen to Noah's ex-wife Martina about Noah's scandalous behavior in 2021, which did not allow for a third Z house to happen. Noah invited all of us to Texas in September 2021 for a third Z house, yet nothing was ever filmed because Noah cheated on Martina in 2021 at EDC, and you and JC were utterly supportive of him in Texas, even inviting him to cry at our own Airbnb without my consent. It boggles my mind that you would be supportive of a man who blatantly cheated on his wife for fun, yet would not share the same sentiment to me when I was obviously in an abusive relationship that I could not escape from.
And when Lex released his response, Pat made a pinned comment under his video trying to save face, while refusing to take any accountability for his actions. And what's funny is that, according to the people in the comments, this pinned comment was edited like 4 times or some shit like that. I don't have screenshots of all of the versions since I found this video rather late, but it has been 10 days since he posted that comment at the time of this writing, and it hasn't been edited for at least 5 or so days, and well, seeing as he hasn't made any more statements on YouTube either, I'm guessing he's content with this being his final version of the comment. I mean, I waited on this shit to see if he'll make another response or some shit for like almost a week now. So since he's evidently so proud of his current response that he doesn't feel the need to address anything else or change anything about his statement again, let's go ahead and see his amazing response to the backlash. I just wanted to clarify that JC has never cheated on his girlfriend. Okay, so this is in reference to Lex saying that his ex also accused this guy, JC, on cheating on his girlfriend because he was mingling with her sister and whatnot. And the point of that was to say how if Pat was going to take his ex's claims at face value and siding with her without hearing him out, then he should, by that same retarded logic, believe her about JC as well. So basically yet another double standard to throw into the ever-growing pile. But basically this whole point is a complete nothing response because Pat is using that one statement and hyper-focusing on it so that he can use it as a scapegoat instead of actually addressing anything Lex said. Which is also funny because, as discovered by Lex's video, when a YouTuber by the name of NoahJ456 cheated on his wife, Pat was super supportive of him, yet he is now denouncing Lex over mere allegations without even attempting to get the full story. Oh yeah, speaking of, Noah also made his own apology in regards to that whole situation where he was pretending to cry or whatever, and holy shit, that was a disaster considering the cheating happened in 2021. So yeah, that was certainly something. But yeah, to get back to the point, that is yet another double standard we can throw into the ever-growing shit pile.
Noah also does not hang out with Minilad and did not invite him to that event.
I would sure hope not, but yeah. This is in response to Minilad appearing in the DJ booth of one of Noah's events, and well, there's no concrete evidence that Noah invited him, so best not to assume malice here. Innocent until proven guilty, I say.
Neither have anything to do with this.
I mean, you really gotta love how he's completely glossing over the fact that the reason these situations were brought up is to point out his own hypocrisy. Like, you cannot be this stupid. I mean, let's face it, he likely isn't, but just needs any excuse to avoid tackling any actual arguments.
I have known Lex's side for years!
And this is the big fuck up. So let me put this into perspective. This guy knew Lex's side of the story for years. He knew that he was innocent, and he knew that his ex was the abuser in the relationship, yet he still decided to go full gloom and doom, avoid Lex reaching out, and denouncing Lex as a human being. Let that sink in. According to TheSmithPlays, if you were ever a victim of an abusive relationship, that means you suddenly don't deserve to breathe or some shit. You honestly have to try to be this pathetic.
And I do not, and have never defended Reagan.
Yeah, that's the name of the ex, by the way, but to get back to the point, he claims he doesn't defend her, yet he took her word at face value, gobbled it up, hook, line and sinker, and actively avoided reaching out to Lex who he has known for 10 years, and despite claiming to know his side of the story, still decided to ignore it completely. This is how much of a fucking bitch this guy is. You cannot make this shit up. But you know, if there is one silver lining to this, at least his mask slipped sooner rather than later, so that no one needs to make the same mistake Lex unknowingly made of ever considering this guy their friend. So yeah, I guess on that one questionable positive, that's where I'm gonna end it off. Yeah, this guy is not just a clown but a complete circus, which is why I wanted to laugh at him. So I guess the moral of the story here is, Lex, she's bad because she's innocent. Yeah, I really do not understand what is up with people nowadays and being allergic to just admitting they were wrong on something. Even if this was all just a case of Pat and everyone else jumping the gun out of emotion or whatever, which even that excuse is obvious bullshit, you would think he would at least try to correct himself, or at the very least delete the video since it's completely bullshit, but he instead took every opportunity to avoid taking accountability, and well, I think the bleeding subs are saying enough, so yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Be sure to like and subscribe to boost me the algorithm. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. And no, I'm not doing a retake.